G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews, and just a little sneak preview here. This came in today, wasn't really expecting it, but it turned up. No, it's not a DYS 180 or whatever that was. I've already reviewed this little craft. It is the new, turn it around so you can read it, the new DYS Lightning 220. It's made in China, who'd have thought? Anyway, comes in this little lovely carry case, see? Carry, handle on the top, beautiful. Let's take a quick look inside, and we're not going to unbox it because it's a case. We're going to uncase it. Here we go. Bing, there you go. Does this look like something else you've seen before? Does it look like some product that may have a brand name that you know of? Let me just undo. Nice case. Look at it. I love these little cases. Look. Does this, can you think of what this, does it sort of, anything? You got anything that you can think of that looks a little bit like this? I don't know. I'm lost. I've got no idea. But it's got the DYS 2205 motors, the hollow shaft ones, which are really good. It's highly integrated. As you can see, if we look in the top there, you can see all the electronic gizmos inside. And it comes, it comes with an antenna. Oh, what's wrong with these people? This was the worst antenna I tested. Absolute and utter crap. Why do they include this stuff? Just, God, do us a favour. Just put in a decent antenna. Even that little Cloud Spirit worked better than this crap. This is the combined 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz antenna that just works so poorly in my video tests. If you haven't seen my video antenna tests, then go and have a look at them. I'll put a link in the description of this video for you. It's quite eye-opening as to what works and what doesn't work. It's not necessarily what you'd think. Right, but there we go. So what you could do is basically plug a receiver in and put a battery on, and you're good. Oh, and the props, and you're good to go, which is kind of nice, really. It comes with some props, obviously, because it'd be useless without them. Comes with cables. It's very similar, in fact, to this. Setting this up and setting this up, almost identical. If you've set this up, then doing the same with this is a piece of cake. I'm going to set this up and make it go. Some things I'm not that fussed about. Again, like the little 180, they've got all this bespoke electronics. We've got these built into the arms. And here, it looks like, I haven't had a close look yet, but it looks like everything's on this main board inside. So if you blow something up, you're buggered. But I mean, that's just like the craft that this looks a lot like, isn't it? And one thing I'm not that fussed about so far, and this is a quick look, not a review, but look, it has this little camera under here, CMOS I think it is, and it sits on. Why do they mount them on these platforms? Why? I mean, I've never had vibration issues with the live video camera, and on here the problem is that, look, this doesn't go up, right? So it's actually hard against the frame, so there's no vibration isolation anyway because the camera is whacked up against the frame because of the preload of these little bubbles. And down here, it gets even worse. Hold on, I'll tighten up a bit. Go to the macro view. We're looking at the bottom of the camera here. So there's the front of the camera, there's the bottom. But look at this. When this frame comes down, it actually pushes that connector against the frame there. The actual connector on the back of the camera bangs into the frame. So you're going to have a whole tail of hurt there. If you land upside down, it's probably going to munt the camera because that little connector there is hard hitting against the carbon frame there. So it's going to rip that out. It's going to bugger it right up. Again, stupid. I would remount this camera. I wouldn't even bother with this. This is just crap. And it's interesting because this is quite similar. Let me pull out for a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. Why is it that they can't get camera mounts right on some of these RTFs? I mean, this is one, and I have the other one here. I have one from RC Timer. What to do with it? I've got the, one moment please, jump cut time. I've got the B-Rotor Victory 230, which I haven't reviewed yet because look at this camera mount here. Oh, seriously? Are you shitting me? Look at that. Way out in the breeze, hanging down the bottom. I know this is the first version. They've changed them since then. But this, obviously, this camera is just waiting to be totally... And again, it's on this stupid bloody platform. Why? It doesn't need to be. No one else does it. So it's like whoever designs these things... I don't know, they just don't have a clue about where to mount cameras and how to mount them properly. They are just wrong. So, but I'll review it as it comes. We'll see how it works out. And I will be reviewing this as well. Be a nice comparison, actually, these two, because I know there's been some updates to this one, which RC Timer sent in. But if we look at the two of them, they're not too dissimilar in terms of size and the way they're designed with all the electronics, bespoke electronics inside there and in there. And yeah, well, do a bit of a comparison and see how they work out. So, as I said, the little DYS 180 is quite a nice little ship. Hopefully the 220 is going to be every bit as good or better. But if they could just, I don't know, we need to write to these companies and tell them, stop sending us crap-ass antennas, because obviously they bought 1 billion in one of these little stupid little things here. Look, there's one. They use the same thing on this one, and you probably with the same abysmal results, okay? The one that came with the B-Rotor was actually pretty good in the test, so that's a bonus point for that. Right, there you go. This was just a quick look, not a review. Things I noticed straight out of the box. And if you've got stuff you really want to see when I review this, then please ask in the comment section. I'll do my best to address it. And as soon as the weather clears, we've got all those video FPV visors and goggles to look at. And also all these mini quads that have been sitting here waiting for me to review them. And look, ooh, yeah, big stack of mini quads, all going to fly out in one day. I'm going to be hell of a busy. I hope you'll enjoy the results. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.